Everybody, how are you? It's Colleen with Your Literary Prose, and Your Literary Prose published my book. Thanks for coming today, and I hope to see you online. Lisa Fredrickson asked a question, and she said, with indie publishing possible, what's the need for a publisher? Well, as most of you probably know, indie publishing or self-publishing is when you do it yourself, or you self-publish your book rather than going to a traditional publisher. And when you publish your book from beginning to end, from the manuscript creation process through the entire publishing process to marketing your book, there are over 90 steps in the process to have your book completed and published to go to marketing. So as an author, you can do it all yourself, but as an author and a writer, your job is to write so that you can write your books, have them ready to be edited, and then out for sale. So what publishers do, or people like, I'm a professional author assistant. So instead of you doing all those tasks as a self-publisher or indie publisher, your job is to write. So what you do is look for someone that you can trust, a professional author assistant, or someone who knows what they're doing, because they are certified and they know every process that needs to be done. You need to find your ISBN numbers. You need to know how to get reviews and testimonials for your book. You need to know what printer do you want to go to, and what printer do you want to use if you want your book into a bookstore. These are all certain processes and things that need to be done in the right way if you want to have a professionally self-published book. Anyone can publish or self-publish a book. I went through a process a few years ago, and it was detrimental. It looks like my computer's acting weird. Sorry, I don't know why. But anyway, I had a very bad self-publishing experience before I knew what to do as a self-published author. And so that's one reason I became a certified author assistant. But the reason you want, the difference, I'm trying to answer Lisa's question, is what's the need for a publisher? You are your publisher when you self-publish. You set up a self-publishing company and publish the book yourself, or you find a team of people who know what they're doing, and they help you publish your book, self-publish your book, so that it is done in a professional manner. So that the goal is, my mentor said, the goal is when you find a self-published book and you hold it up to a traditionally published book from Random House or Penguin, you cannot tell the difference. And that is what the goal is when you indie or self-publish your book. And you can have a professionally self-published book. It's a lot of work. There is more out-of-pocket money when you do that. However, you keep your intellectual property rights. You keep those when you self-publish. You don't have just royalties, which is what you get when you go with a traditional publisher. There is a lot of pros and cons between self-publishing and traditional publishing. Once your manuscript is written, you can have it out in 3 to 4 months if you really push the button and go for it. But again, you want to have a team because of those several tasks, the 90 or more tasks to get your book out and get it published. And traditional publishing, it takes a lot to, what am I trying to say? It takes a lot to still get to a traditional publisher. You need to have your one sheet. You need to put in book proposals to the traditional publisher. If you don't have an agent, then you're doing all this work yourself. And it can take 12 to 18 months to get published if you are with a traditional publisher, and that's even after you get a contract. So if you do also get a contract with a traditional publisher, you want to make sure that you read the fine lines about everything you receive when you go with a traditional publisher and everything that you don't receive, because some people think that all the marketing is going to be done for them when they traditional publish, and that is not true. A lot of publishing companies today are so busy, they don't have time to market your book. Or if they say they're going to market your book, you want to make sure how many times you can market my book, and what does marketing my book consist of? Does it consist of one press release to the media? Does it consist of a podcast you're going to get in a speaking engagement? So you want to make sure you find all that out if you traditionally publish. However, with indie publishing, you still need to do the same things, but you want to look for somebody who can help you through the process that is a professional or knows what they're doing so that you can make that book successfully published as a self-publisher or indie publisher. I hope that's answered your question, Lisa. I'd be happy to go into more detail if you'd like me to. Everyone have a great day, and I look forward to your questions. Peter and I look forward to your questions, to answering them. If you have questions about ISBN numbers, how to get into the Library of Congress, if you want to get into a library, how do you want to make sure you get into a bookstore if you want to sell in a bookstore but your book's not on the bookstore shelf? Those are all great questions to ask as if you are in publishing. So have a great weekend, and we will talk soon. Take care. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining me.